It's not so much about what's considered effective or efficient. It's much more about what helps you relax when you start with your language learning routine. Yeah, it can be as simple as where you place your table in the room. Okay, it can change a lot about how long you can sustain your focus. Oh, good Lord. I hope I don't end up as another productivity guru on YouTube. But for real, where you're learning matters as much, if not more, than how you're learning, especially with languages. Now, what is considered as a universal standard may not be a standard that's helpful for you, and it might not support the task at hand. So, for example, coffee shops, yeah, they are considered a standard when it comes to doing work that demands a reasonable amount of focus. Okay, so it might automatically be an obvious choice for something as intense as learning a new language. But that depends on what your language learning routine is. So if you just want to watch a movie in a foreign language, just to immerse yourself in it for 2 hours, a visit to a coffee shop, even if it is far from your house, definitely is a good investment of your time and money. However, if you're planning on grinding on a stack of flashcards to improve your vocabulary, good luck, because no amount of coffee will help you cope with the fatigue that's going to set in even within half an hour of reviewing. Not to mention how starved and hungry you'll feel after you're done. And I have a reason to believe coffee shops deliberately sell shitty food so that people like me don't occupy space for too long. So I don't know why people in the language learning zeitgeist on YouTube never talk about this. That reviewing flashcards is one exercise, but I'll highly recommend to not focus too intensely. Okay, take as many breaks as you can, as many lunch breaks as you can, and for heaven's sake, stay at home when you are planning to get through 100 of them in a day, and keep a stack of meals ready for the day. Okay, take frequent baths if necessary, and don't leave the house till you're done, because you'll probably never get back to the task at hand if you take too long of a break. It's like when you learn a set of words from a TED talk, and then when you find those words in a different movie or in a different context, it reinforces a positive feedback. So I would suggest to make a similar switch in your environment as well, and test where you learn the best. Okay, not just how you learn the best. So for the longest time, I used an outdated Android phone to have a dedicated device just for doing flashcards. I installed Anki on that device via APK, and I used to carry that phone in the gym, and I would do flashcards in between sets and reps. And as exciting as it was for me to turn my workout session into a language learning routine, it took me weeks to realize I'm not making much of a progress. Because not only the gym wasn't a good fit for the whole flashcard exercise, I found that laptop turned out to be a better device for doing flashcards than a phone. And mind you, the phone did not have an internet connection. So I guess, by design, you're more active if you're using both hands. Okay. You can do that on phone, but it's more draining. So you need to try and test a lot of not only how you're going to study a language, but also where you're going to study it. In fact, many a times your environment dictates your method. So reviewing flashcards in a coffee shop, no. Movie watching, immersion, reading, yeah, coffee shops, best. And sometimes a place works till it works, you know. Uh, uh, what they say, familiarity beats contempt. Once you know all the people in a gym or in a coffee shop, well, these two are the only places I exist or will ever exist. So if you become way too familiar with everybody, it kind of becomes a place to hang out rather than a place to work out, be it exercise or language learning. So don't be afraid to move on. Don't hesitate to find a new spot, a new hideout where you can start afresh. And you don't have to resent your former spot. Okay, it did its thing. Okay, things, people, places, sometimes they run their course. It's a graduation of a kind. it only means you have outgrown that place, which is a great sign that you're growing. Okay. So, yeah, too much TED talk. Adios.